Simply Ming is made possible with support from Contessa, All-Clad, Breitling, and Ocean Spray.
Hey, this is Ming Tsai from Simply Ming. Today I want to do Lobster 101. All right? Don't be intimidated by live lobster. Most important thing when you do buy a lobster out of a tank, make sure it is alive. Now, keep it in an ice bath or in your freezer. This is the most humane way to kill a lobster. It kind of dulls it and gets it partially asleep. And keep the rubber bands on, because if you get clawed by a lobster, it's brutal. And the most fastest, cleanest way, take a sharp knife, the point right there, and you just go right through the head. Right? You slice it in half, the lobster's done. All right? Doesn't feel a thing. Although, to be perfectly honest, I've never spoken to a lobster, so I'm not sure it doesn't feel a thing. But by dulling it in the freezer or in an ice bath, and see what I did now? I'm just twisting the tail off. Now you have the beautiful lobster tail, all right? And then you have the head. And what I do is I twist off the two legs, and now you have a lobster broken down. Now the head is fantastic, by the way, to make stocks from, so don't toss that away. Save it for stocks. Now to take off the knuckle, you bend it backwards. And now you use a towel because you don't want to get hit by the pointy parts of the shell. And that just comes off, right? So now you have a knuckle and a claw. So you go backwards, and it comes apart. Now you can take off the rubber bands because it's not going to get you anymore. Now here, to keep your kitchen clean and lobster juice from getting everywhere, I like to take a cloth and just with the back part of a knife, kind of hack it right in the middle, all right? See that? And then here I can then take a knife, because you don't want to dull your knife. I just want to open it up, because when you cook it, you want to kind of break it so it's easier to cook. All right? So then once that's through, then you take this and the knife can go through. Okay? Now with the knuckles, there's great meat in here. Cover them up and just bang it a couple times. Just to, again, break it up so that the heat can get in there. All right, so now we have the knuckles, the claws ready to go. Then you take your tail. And I like to keep the shell on the tail. And you can take it and you can cut it in pieces like that. All right? So once you cook this, the meat will come right out. So here we go. We can now start a great black bean lobster. Hot wok, canola oil, hot wok. Add garlic and ginger. Add some fermented black beans. Add your lobster, the tail, the claw, the whole 9 yards. Move that around. It smells so good. I love the smell of black bean. Now you can add a little bit of white wine to deglaze. Add a little bit of chicken stock. Season a little bit with salt, not tons, because again, lobster comes from the sea, so it has some natural saltiness to it. A little bit of black pepper. And you're basically done. You want to cook this through a little bit of scallions. And this will take, start to finish, about 5 minutes total to cook. And that's what we have right here. Look how good that looks once it's fully cooked. Take this over. I have a plate here with just some mixture of white and brown rice. I like to just take the lobster, dump it all on top. Get all this good stuff, guys. That's all the fermented black beans and the reduced wine and the sauce. Put the tail back on. And there you have it, guys. A little bit more scallions. Lobster 101. Don't be intimidated. It's not that hard. The key here is when you do buy the lobsters, make sure they are alive. You never want to buy a dead lobster. Make sure they're alive. That's how they're very tasty. As always, peace and good eating.
Simply Ming is made possible with support from Contessa, All-Clad, Breitling, and Ocean Spray.
Watch Simply Ming on your public television station.